Sorry about that, babe.
What's up, guys? It's Cody, aka the Bear here, Bits and Glory, and we are back with another pickups video. Pretty decent one here. I believe this one spans over some of the course of May of 2022, and basically all of June and slightly into July. I think as of recording this, it's July 2nd or something like that. Yeah. So, about a month and a half, but it technically spans over 3 months. So, wanted to get it out of the way. I didn't want the games to pile up too much. I feel like sometimes I spend too much time, you know, amassing stuff. It makes for editing to be brutal. You know, even though I don't go like super hard with the edits on these things, it's still time consuming, especially the longer the video is, obviously. But yeah, some pretty cool stuff to go over for this video. I was gonna say this month, but we're not doing monthly pickup videos anymore. Where shall we start? I think we'll start with the big, well, I guess technically this is a trade sell that Freakswat and I did. I will link Freakswat's channel in the pinned comment below. Yeah, I'll do that. The Big Daddy part I'm gonna save for the very end. You've probably seen it in the thumbnail already, or teased it, who knows. But that was a purchase that I made, and it was a kind of like a collaborative effort between me buying it, RyuRonin getting it for me, and then me paying him, and then giving it to Freakswat to send it to me eventually. So, but these things that I'm about to show you are part of a buy-sell trade deal that I did with Freakswat. I can't remember exactly what I gave him. It was like Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy Adventure. Might have been something else, I can't remember. And then there was some money involved, obviously. But here's what I got from Freakswat. First, we have a loose copy of Asterix and the Great Rescue on Sega Genesis. I believe that he has a complete in-box copy, and that's why this was up for trade. This is a very popular character and series in PAL territories, from what I remember. Not so much here in America, but I do plan on getting to this at some point. The series seems pretty interesting. I think there may have been a game actually on the Nintendo, but I believe it only came out in PAL territories, or it was unreleased, one or the other. But yeah, have this for the Sega Genesis, so pretty cool. I'll put that there. Next, this is kind of like a throw-in from Freakswat. It's Harry Potter, and which one is this? It just says Harry Potter, but I feel like it's a... Isn't it something specific? Can't remember, but Harry Potter on the Game Boy Advance. I feel like it was one of the movies, like Harry Potter and the so on and so forth, but on the label it just says Harry Potter, so I don't really know. Either way, I do appreciate it. I'm not really actively trying to, you know, grow the Game Boy collection, but, you know, if stuff is the right price or free or something like that, I'll gladly, you know, take games I don't have, right? So, thank you, Freak. And the last two parts, this was another throw-in, basically, from Freakswat. Appreciate it. The Tetris Worlds Game Boy Advance manual. I do have the game for this, so that's pretty cool. I don't have the box. The box I wouldn't say is like on my, you know, to get list or anything like that, but now I might have to, because the OCD collector in me needs to have everything complete at this point, right? Thank you for that. And this was probably the most important part of the buy-sell trade, other than, you know, the big thing like I mentioned. For me, is eventually I want to get generations 1 through 3 of Pokemon all complete in box. The only one that I have right now complete in box is Pokemon Silver, unfortunately. As you could probably assume, the boxes and stuff are fucking ridiculously expensive, but I do want to get them at some point, so I'm kind of waiting for the right deal, you know what I mean? But one of the games, which is technically part of Generation 1, even though it was a later release on the Game Boy Advance, it is Fire Red, and this is the manual for Fire Red. So, I don't remember, I'll have to look it up, if these games came with something else, other than inserts. I don't care about, like, Nintendo Power mail-aways and registration cards and shit. If there was some other kind of like field guide or something that came with the game, I'll have to get that, but as of now, I have the cartridge, I have the manual, I just need the box, so that's pretty cool. I appreciate that, Freak. It's gonna go a long way in helping me get my complete Generations 1 through 3 Pokemon collection over with at some point, right? Alright, next, what shall we go into? You know what, let's do a couple of Amazon pickups. So, these pickups that I'm going to show right now, I got on Amazon. One of them was not free, and 2 of them were free with my rewards, monthly reward points. Oh crap, you know what? I completely forgot, but luckily it's right here. My monthly reward points. the same order that I placed for these two games, I also got this, which I've mentioned in a couple of my videos. And it is Hori neck phones. So you basically, I guess I'll just go all out at this point. You pretty much wear them around your neck and they're speakers. So for people like me that hate wearing headphones for too long, this works perfectly. I have it on like volume 2 or 3. It doesn't pick up at all on the microphone. Like when you're doing the audio in through the Elgato, you don't hear this at all. And it's so much more comfortable for me, especially if I'm playing a game for like longer than a half hour. I hate headphones. If anybody remembers when I was streaming, I was always one of these types of guys, where I have one headphone on and one off. I just hate things over my ears. I also can't regulate my my own audio, meaning my voice, very well when I have headphones on, so this is a perfect solution. They're pretty light, you can barely feel them. This was a refurbished from Amazon, but as of now I haven't run into any issues. Also, I just noticed I have this huge red spot on my head. I was actually digging for games in my closet for a trade that I'm going to be doing with Jimmy in a week or two. And I smacked my head really, really hard on the door. And I was wondering when I was going to have a mark show up. And there it is, nice and red. Hurts too. Anyways, the other two games that I got from Amazon with my rewards points from my credit card, these were completely free. First, we have Harvest Moon on the Game Boy. I think technically this is a Game Boy Color game, or it was re-released on Game Boy Color. It's a weird, like, fringy game. I can't remember. I think there actually might be a gray version of this as well. Anyway, battery backup still seems to be intact. Seems like a pretty decent game, albeit a little bit limited because of the Game Boy. I still want to get Harvest Moon on the SNES, even though it's incredibly rare and expensive these days, so who knows, we'll have to see about that. But I will get to this at some point, but we're probably talking years out of, you know, at this rate. Next is a game that I've been eyeing up for a while. Now, I actually ended up getting this completely for free. My rewards points came back to me because the seller that sold me this took like 3.5 to 4 weeks to send it out to me for some reason. It was some ridiculously, like, they went way over the, they didn't even ship it out, technically. They printed a label and they let it sit there and they didn't ship it out until way after the due date. So I contacted them, they never responded. I contacted Amazon, Amazon gave me a refund, and then the dude still sent it to me. It was really weird. I don't know, I thought about sending it back, but it's just like, I didn't even know I was getting it anymore. It was seriously so late, and the dude took like 6 days to respond to my message before I even talked to Amazon. It was a fiasco, but anyway, I guess I got it now. It is what it is. Not my fault. Whatever. And that's Bubble Ghost on the Nintendo Game Boy. It's a pretty cool, like, it almost looks like a puzzle platformer game. It looks like it's one of those perfect for Game Boy games, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I was prepared to not get this game. Like I said, the guy was not shipping it out. He was not responding to me, and then I got my fucking refund back from Amazon. And then lo and behold, like a week and a half after I got my refund from Amazon, there it was in the mail. And I'm like, whatever, dude. It's out of my hands at this point. I already closed my case. So thank you, I guess, right? I mean, I don't know. Weird. And the last thing that we got on Amazon, this was actually a good price. It's complete in box, and it was about $20 lower than anything I found on eBay, and about $15 lower than anything I found on Mercari. The game I heard is just but it is a game by Climax, the people that made, like, you know, Shining Force and all that kind of stuff. Sonic Software Planning, Climax, you know what I mean, like all those Golden Sun, all that general sphere, if you will. And that's Time Stalkers on the Sega Dreamcast. I don't know too much about this game, other than the fact that it's not great, apparently, but it has some charm. Seems to have that same general Shining look to it. Almost looks Landstalker-y with the artwork. I would say more so than Shining Force. But yeah, any games by Climax, Sonic Software Planning, they all at least get a spin in my book, so we will be getting to this at some point on the channel for sure. Very happy to get this for a pretty good price. Whoops, dropping stuff everywhere. Okay, next it is a Mercari pickup. Very cheap, it was $12 shipped. I remember that specifically, and you probably just saw it. And there it is, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption for the Wii. I am trying to get a complete in-box Metroid collection. This was one of the cheaper ones that I did not have. Trying to get Metroid 2 Return of Samus. The box is really hard to find. Very limited copies. Most of them that are complete are hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It's very frustrating. I'm just waiting one day to get lucky where somebody lists a box or a complete copy for a reasonable price, and then I could flip my cartridge to recoup some funds, but this is a complete in-box copy. Again, nothing crazy. It was re-released on the Metroid Prime trilogy, I believe. And I heard that the Metroid Prime games are getting like touched up for the Switch or something, but you know, I like to own the original copies, so happy to add that for a really, really reasonable price. Okay, next let's get into a few... yeah, we'll do PS2 games, then we'll do the strategy guides. How about that? So this is going to be a shorter video than usual for me, I think, although we're already at 10 minutes, so... got these on eBay for pretty good prices. As you know me, I like to document entire series and complete them, and these are games that I have not played yet, but this one I actually owned a long time ago, and I sold it when I sold a bunch of my PS2 stuff back in college. But now I got it back. That's Wild Arms 3, complete in box. This is a polarizing game amongst Wild Arm fans from what I see. A lot of people say that this is their favorite, along with the first. I've seen people say that this game sucks, and that it like ruined the series. So I have no idea what to expect. I go into everything with an open mind, though. I don't judge games based off of prior knowledge or things that I read on the internet, because I read that Dark Souls 2 sucked and I love it. So eat my ass, internet, you know what I mean? I will be getting to this on the channel, 100%. Don't know when it's going to be, probably sometime next year, I would assume. But happy to re-add this to the collection. It's still not too expensive, which is great. It's like 20 bucks or something like that. And going along with that theme, we have Wild Arms 4, which, I'll be honest with you, didn't even realize for a while that there was a Wild Arms 4, or 5, which I need to get, or Alter Code F, which is a remake of the first one on the PS2, apparently. If it's a remake, I gotta get that, because I love the first Wild Arms, which I'm going to be starting very soon for my channel. And I think there's a few on the PSP or something like that, but 5 and Alter Code F are my next two targets at some point in the near future. We'll see. They seem to be pretty pricey. Seems like a lot of the random offshoot later games in these types of series they end up being kind of rare and expensive. They probably weren't produced that much or something like that, I don't know. Heard mixed reviews about this one, but you know what? Like I said, guys, gonna document entire series, and since I am starting with Wild Arms, we are gonna rip our way through eventually. Alright, next let's get into some strategy guides. Boop, boop, boop. Try not to spoil it. This literally just came in the mail today. And it is a strategy guide for Vagrant Story on the PS1. This is a game that I've never played before. I remember seeing a lot of advertisements for it as a kid. Very excited to get to it at some point on the channel. I will do it. I haven't really dove into too much PS1 stuff. Most recently it was Kingsfield and Wild Arms coming up, but we will be getting to this. To my knowledge, this is a one-off. There might have been a spin-off or a remake or a sequel or something on like maybe the PSP or the PS3. I don't know for sure, but I feel like this might have been the only one in the series, the Vagrant Story series. I don't know, could be wrong. Either way, happy to add the guide for a good price. Boop. And next, another Squaresoft game and another guide. And that's Final Fantasy Tactics. This is Greatest Hits. Isn't it weird that they did that for some of the strategy guys, putting Greatest Hits on it? Either way, Final Fantasy Tactics, wonderful game. Haven't played it in God knows how long, since I was a kid. So at this point, it's basically going to be a fresh playthrough when I do get to it. But strategy RPG, Squaresoft game, cool art style. Very eager to get to it at some point in the future. And when I do, I got the guide. I think I also have the guide for the Game Boy Advance version. I don't know how many differences that there are between those versions, though. Alright, we are winding down here, guys. Next is a box-only pickup, as I already had the cartridge and already had the manual. And I finally got the box, which now completes my complete-in-box trilogy set of this on the SNES. And that is Donkey Kong Country, yes, so now I have the entire Donkey Kong Country series on the SNES, complete in box. Donkey Kong Country 2 has the not for resale display only box, but I discussed that in an earlier video. It doesn't really matter too much to me. I see Belmont lurking below here, my cat. But it's in pretty good shape. It's a little rough on the bottom. You guys can see the little seam there, but no rips, no tears. Oh, hi, Bally. Don't scratch me, buddy. Don't scratch me, Bally. Okay, next is it's really hot today, by the way. It's like 90-something degrees, so even in my basement, it's like hot as shit. And I had to turn my fan off for this because I didn't want to make the audio bad. Now I'm pouring sweat. This was a Father's Day gift from Melissa. She asked me what I wanted. I pointed it out on eBay and I bought it because I got a discount or something. I can't remember. But it was a gift from her to me. A apparently horrible RPG/adventure game for the SNES called Obidus. Like, literally, I heard it's like god-awful. We will play it for the channel. This is complete in box. It was a pretty good price. Told you guys I want all complete in box RPG slash adventure-y type of games for the NES, SNES, Sega Genesis. That's part of my long-term collecting goal, as well as my want Google Doc that I set up to keep myself on track. So thank you very much, Melissa. I appreciate that. Next, we have another bad game. How about it? But again, guys, I told you I like to document series, and you gotta document it. You know what I mean? You gotta have this if you're gonna do the whole series. So, and that is Virtual Highlight on the Sega Saturn. I think AVGN did a review of this. I can't remember, but this is a weird looking game, man. And you know what? I have a very sneaky suspicion that I'm gonna end up enjoying this somehow. I do believe that it is, I think it's auto-generated, which is a little weird. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, unique create world function, explore a new world every time you play. I don't know if you could lock it in, because you know I like to use guides, especially for cryptic games, and I think this is going to be a cryptic game. But I'm wondering if maybe there are passwords for worlds or something like that you could enter in and then kind of follow along with the guide if need be. But weird game. I'm sure you guys have seen in the screenshot. It's a strange looking game. Got it for a pretty good price, and now I have Hydalide, Super Hydalide, and Virtual Hydalide. I still need the manual for Super Hydalide, but other than that, we're doing pretty good for the Hydalide collection. 2 more games left, guys. One, I might do an unboxing, I might not. We'll see, but I'll just show you. I got the Metroid Dread Special Edition for the Switch. Pretty cool. It was slightly damaged. I opened it already to make sure that it was there. You could see, like, the box itself was a little damaged. Who cares? The price of this was about the same. Actually, it was lower than the retail price for Metroid Dread. I know. Couldn't believe it either. This comes with, what does it come with? The game, the steelbook, the art book, and art cards, as well as this oversized box and tray that it comes in. So, going along with my Metroid Complete in Box collection, I got the collector's edition for Metroid Dread. I heard this game's fucking great, but we're not getting to it for a while. I gotta play my games in order, guys. Just how it is. So, really, really happy to add that. I think I got it on Mercari. And last, but certainly not least, is the crown jewel of this pickup and possibly of my... Alright, can you stop chewing on the wire's belly? Jesus Christ. Of my SNES collection, I still think price-wise it's probably Ogre Battle or Chrono Trigger, but this is up there. It's top 3 in my collection. And you might be like, really? And that's Super Mario World on the SNES. Now, what's valuable about this? Not the cart, not the manual. You could buy a cart and a manual for 30-40 bucks on eBay at this point. It's the box. And do you know why the box is rare? Now, I don't know specifically. There's also 2 versions of the box. There's like a greatest hits version, whatever that was called again for Nintendo, and then there's this one. This one's more rare. I found this at a video game store, and it was priced for, I think, 70-something, $74.99, $79.99. I remember when I was at the store with RyuRonin Freakswat, I was like, I think this box is really rare. And I checked it out, and I'm like, this is definitely authentic, it's not fake. But I was like, I don't know, I can't remember. I remembered people talking on Nintendo Age many, many years ago about how this box was rare. The reason why it's rare is because most people got their Super Mario World packed in with their SNES. So a lot of people didn't buy it like this, which leads me to believe that they didn't make that many like this. And then when they did, I think the easier to get box is probably the bestseller greatest hits version, right? So yeah, the reason why this is expensive is the box. If this box was minty, I would say that this is like $500. This box is a little beat, so I'd probably estimate it in the $300 to $400 range at this point, but isn't that crazy? But yeah, Freakswat and I were finally able to do our deal. Thank you for getting to me in one piece, clearly. Ryu, thank you for going back to the store last year around this time. Actually, it was like July or August, right? And getting it for me after I passed on it like an idiot. And thank you guys so much for, you know, facilitating this deal for me. And that's going to be it, guys, for the pickups for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what your favorite pickup was in the comment below. Let me know what you got recently. I'd love to see. Make sure to like the video, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next pickup video. Take care.